You make the craziest faces, man. You want to read them a book, babe?
What matters in the end is that they love each other.
When we had the boys, of course, they were normal little boys, and just like any other two little babies you'd see, they were, except for being conjoined.
I could almost just keep them like this right now, because they're so perfect.
They're normal little boys.
They're beautiful. They're perfect. They are so funny, and they're
Happy little boys.
happy.
Crazy.
They're crazy, crazy. Jaden tries to roll off the bed and drag Anais with them. Anais talks, and my favorite thing is to sit here and hear them talking with each other down the hallway. They talk back and forth, and they say, they're beautiful.
Two boys, Jaden and Anais. Jaden is the more rambunctious one. Anais, quiet, inquisitive. He's also had to struggle more.
He's really bared the brunt of the burden, I would say. He's got breathing issues and feeding issues, and he has some vision issues, and in the beginning his hearing was off, and he's gone through heart failure, he's had seizures. He has had so much happen in the last year, and it just rolls right off his back. He just keeps on going. Oh, that's nice.
I met Nicole and Christian McDonald just days before their twins are to be separated.
So 2 days out, how you guys feeling?
We're excited. We're excited, and we're anxious to finally have the big day here, and feeling good.
Anais and Jaden only know what it's like to be fused together, sharing 1.5 centimeters of their brain tissue. Over the past year, the boys have undergone 3 operations, each procedure clipping more and more blood vessels and separating more and more of the brain.
We've gotten to know them, as they are now, and there's always the unknown of how they're going to be after this surgery.
Conjoined twins are exceedingly rare, only happening in 1 out of every 200,000 live births. Twins joined at the head, or craniopagus twins, even more uncommon, 1 in 2.5 million. Also, 80% of the twins joined at the head die of medical complications by the age of 2, if not separated. But then separating them is risky and tedious work. Even in the most successful separations, it's not uncommon for one of them to have a deficit. Which is why Nicole and Christian have had to make a decision no parent should ever have to make.
How do you work through this in your mind?
There was times where I just didn't really want to go there and think about the fact that, one or both of my childs could maybe have a handicap or something like that after this. But I think now I'm at the point where, I do know that is a possibility. And if that's the case, it's not going to change anything. I mean, we're still going to love them. They're our boys. We're going to be a family. We're going to have fun. We're going to laugh together. We're going to do things together.
I picture my boys playing soccer in my front yard. They might not play on a team because they're never going to hit a ball, but when I see my children, that's how I see them. For me, it doesn't matter what the statistics say. The surgery is going to happen, and the outcomes are going to be whatever God allows them to be.
With that picture in mind, Nicole, a trained pediatric physical therapist, has worked with the boys tirelessly over the past year.
It's been kind of my mission to prepare them so that when it's done and they're separated, they're not so far behind that they have so much catching up to do. I can get them so that they can push up into the crawling position.
This rain is making my
Catching up on milestones for the boys and also for mom and dad. They know what these milestones should look like because of their 3-year-old boy, Asa.
I think, as a father, I guess, with Asa, I was able to just, pick him up. And when he was about their age, 1 year old, you as a dad, you kind of can start roughhousing with him a little bit. Not too rough or nothing, but I miss being able to do that and just being able to hold him. Really dying to hold them.
The only way now for the boys to be carried
2, 3. Okay, good.
is for both Christian and Nicole to each hold one of the boys and then move together in unison.
There's nothing harder than watching your child cry and not be able to pick them up. So I can't wait till this time. It doesn't matter how hard it is to hear them cry and react to it in a motherly way is something I'm really excited for.
From the day that Nicole learned the fate of her boys, she knew they could be separated, but it hasn't been without sacrifice.
Are you super cool?
Both Christian and Nicole gave up their jobs and moved their family from Illinois to the Bronx to be close to the boys' surgeon, Dr. James Goodrich, at the Children's Hospital at Montefiore.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Nicole and Christian invited me to meet Anais and Jaden at the hospital just before the separation. And when you meet them, you instantly see their dynamic and very individual personalities.
Where do you summon the strength for that?
I had to. I heard their heartbeats. They're my babies. And I feel like they're no different than Asa. I want everything for Asa, who's 3. I want him to do everything that he can potentially and possibly do. And I knew I had to do the same for these babies, but just then it would be different. It wasn't finding the right school or the right, friends. This is finding the right doctors and the right places to go and the processes and just knowing it needed to be done to give them a chance. Are you okay?
When you were pregnant, you found out you had conjoined twins. Did you have a discussion about whether you wanted to continue the pregnancy?
The only reason it came up was because there were some people who had suggested it, and so with that suggestion, it made Christian want to explore all those options and what that would mean, but for me it was never an option.
But just as much hope and excitement Nicole has for the future, she also carries a sense of loss.
Can you describe what it is specifically that you're grieving for or about?
I trust that whatever outcome happens is what's meant to happen. And I trust and accept whatever that is. I have given up every anxiety I have to God, but I'm just waiting to see what his answer is. And so for me, when I sing my kids to bed for the last time with them together, which is fun for me, I like to stand right here and they both look at me and they both love to sleep.
Ready? You are strong. You are smart. You are happy.
I hold Jaden's bottle. I put my arm around Anais and I sing and I pat Anais and I hold this bottle and I just don't know the next day what I'm gonna have. So that's why I'm excited. I've waited for this since May last year. But I'm scared. But not that I'm scared what's gonna happen. I just don't, I don't know what the answer is to my prayers yet.